I want to talk about self-awareness and what that means. So I want you to imagine yourself driving along in a car, but you have no rear view mirror and you have no side view mirrors. So you're just driving along, and obviously, when you look behind you, you don't know who's behind you. When you go to overtake, you can't see your blind spot, and you keep crashing into things. And also, in this car, you have no sat nav, you have no map. You're just trying to get from A to B, but you can't really see anything other than the road ahead. You are not looking around you, you're not being observant, you're just going straight ahead and you're crashing into everything and anything that sort of gets in your path. Then you have the car where you get into the car. It has all the mirrors, the rear view, the side mirrors. You're driving along. You can see who's behind you. You can see who's in your right hand mirror. You can see who's in your left one. You're not crashing into people. You have your sat nav on. You're tuned in. You've got a map if you get lost, and you know how you're getting from A to B. And you have the awareness, and you can look around and you can be observant. And that's what self-awareness is in life. Everybody has self-awareness, but whether you tap into it or not is up to you. And sometimes life gets so busy and your nervous system will be just driving the show, whether you are in fight or flight, whether you're in freeze mode. And there has to be an active choice, or something has to happen so many times. People will get, little signs, little nudges all the time. But whether you truly want to see it or not is up to you. You can easily bury your head in the sand and be like, okay, this is not happening to me, and this situation's happened to me now 15 times in a row, and it's the same thing. Like, surely, it's not always my fault. But sometimes you have to have the self-awareness to look at yourself and say, okay, I've been going around in this negative cycle, or I've been getting this little nudge that this isn't right, or I don't feel right about myself and it doesn't sit well with me. So what am I going to do about it? Because everything starts with self-awareness, and the more regulated you are, i.e. the more I mean that you are grounded and that you are calm and that you're in a stable nervous system state, the more you will be able to see, because you'll be awake. And if you want to implement self-awareness simply into your life, this is what you need to do. You just need to literally take 1 minute of your time, and you need to step back as if you have a bird's eye view over your life. Career, love, relationships, health, relationship with yourself, finances, whatever it may be. And you need to look and say, okay, what's working? What's not working? And how do I feel about this? What can I do? What can I do? Because life is a journey about self. It's not about anyone else. And there's so many people I talk to all the time, and everyone's always like, but such and such did, but they did, but they, and it doesn't matter. We can talk about other people and what they've done and what they continue to do all day, every day, for the rest of our days, but the only thing that will change is self, because that's all that you can control. And if after you step back from that bird's eye view and you start to think, oh, do you know that's not working right, and I don't really feel good about that, I don't really feel good about myself, I was like, okay, well, what can I do? What small actionable steps can I do to start focusing on myself? And going back to, the car and the mirrors, life is your mirror. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Your internal world will reflect in your outer world. It's simply a mirror, and sometimes a very painful one. And it took me, when I got to that point in my journey where I was actually, having that self-awareness and looking at this and saying, okay, what's this? What are these situations showing me? It's painful. It's painful because you have to look at yourself. It's being reflected back at you. And especially when it comes to self-worth, how you feel and see yourself will be mirrored back at you by the world, and how people treat you and how people show up for you and how people respect you. Because if your sense of self and your self-worth is low and weak, well then, you're going to have this leak out into your life where the world is just going to show you that back. Suffering happens in life because it's here to make us grow, and there's so many heartbreaking things going on in the world, but it's about looking at ourselves and thinking about like, okay, if I'm suffering in my life, what is it showing me about myself? What is everything in my life? What is it mirroring back to me? And okay, can I change that mirror? It's like when you're driving along and put your right mirror out a little bit or your left mirror out a little bit, or you move your rear view mirror. Like, can you adjust it? Can you adjust your mirrors? Can you adjust yourself? Because when you adjust your position or adjust your mirror, they're both going to reflect back at each other. So self-awareness is really crucial in kick-starting your journey and just having the courage and faith in yourself and being brave. Because bravery isn't given, courage isn't given. It just starts with just little baby steps towards something better, and moving despite the fear, moving despite everything that you think is holding you back, because it's generally your mind, and your mind is just a cageless prison. You can get out of it. You're in control of it. You can stand back and observe your thoughts, so you are in control of your decisions, but your mind and ego is just going to keep driving the show while you let it. So you have to learn, okay, self-awareness here. What is my world showing me? What is my mind telling me? And how can I change this? Because that's how you'll start moving. That's how you'll start adjusting things. And it's just by taking those little baby steps. So if you need help and support on your journey, feel free to read my website. There's lots of different things available there that will hopefully help you along and kickstart your journey, no matter what part you're on, whether you're just starting or whether you're more advanced. Or feel free to send me a private message and let's start the conversation about how we rewrite your story so that you can transform and just live a happier, more peaceful life.